Hello. This is really awkward. I've never done like a talking video. I guess I'll just talk anyway. So today I'm gonna be showing the internet. This is really weird. Oh my god. I keep looking at myself. I should be looking at the camera, but like I keep looking at myself. So hello everyone. Oh fuck. In my school, basically how it works is you get 3 journals over the 2 years, and in GCSE, like basically how it works is you get component 1, which is like coursework. It's like all the art you put together, and then you have an exam unit, which you do at the end of year 11. It's given by the board, and the other component 1 is given by the school. So for us, we get 2 journals for component 1 because we do 2 different topics. For the exam unit, we get a separate journal. So I have 3 journals here. Oh, I didn't even like prepare this properly, but this is gonna be a nightmare to edit. So the first part of component 1, which is the first unit our school did binding, bonding, and building. I absolutely hated it. At the end of the day, I'm proud of this journal because even though I didn't finish any of my work, like I still worked like pretty hard on it. So starting on book 1, this is the first topic of component 1. This is the book I did all through year 10, so that's why it's so fat. So this is just the title, binding, bonding, building. So these are just like some drawings. This is a drawing, this is an experiment. Drawing over here. More experiments. Like we just built a structure. This is a holograph, and I did some prints with it. Some interesting stuff here. I like sewed into it. So this is the first artist research I did. Now I'm gonna explain this piece because I actually really like it. It's not really a piece, but for my school, like it's kind of weird the way we do it, but you know, it's fine. So this is on Chiharu Shiota, and I'm not really gonna explain what's on it, but like, you know, here I did this painting of one of her works, and I created this like little thing because she does work with string, and like I just thought it'd be really fun to add this. And you can't really see it, but I sewed the title. This page took me ages, and so did this experiment. This is an experiment I really liked. I found this piece of metal in the parking lot of our school, and everyone was like, don't touch that, like that, don't touch that shit, like what the hell are you doing? And I picked it up anyway, and I put it in my art journal, which is something I do a lot. I don't know if I should change the angle or just keep lifting up the... So here, just more experiments. Go through some research, some crappy drawings, and an experiment I made. More research. Okay, this is like a little sewing piece I did inspired by Maurizio Anzeri, and I sewed over my mom's wedding photos. My mom is over here. I kind of look like her, not really at all, to be honest. Moving on. So yeah, just some sewing here. Just gonna continue. So this piece is, these are 2 drawings I did of like this can I wrap, not drawings. Like these aren't very good, to be honest. This one's okay. I also like this one. These are like, they're just steady, still life drawings. They just sat the knots in front of me and did it. Now all this work was inspired by Christo and Jean-Claude, so this is my research that I did. Now this is one of my favorite things. This is a little oil painting I did. Probably like my best technical painting in my journal. This is a photograph of this. I wrapped like this easel over here, like I wrapped it in a bed sheet because we were doing Christo and Jean-Claude, so that's what it was inspired by. This page I'm actually gonna skip because it's so bad, like I literally hate it. So here I made this like this little piece. After I did this piece, I just put in these pages. So I just did these mini researches. Making this wire thing was kind of fun, and I stuck it in the book. Then I made this giant thing made out of rolled magazines. These are some photos I took and an unfinished drawing. Okay, so these pages, I took the same same rolls and I just messed around with them. This one, all my friends hate this page because they say it gives them trypophobia. But I really like it, and it's like a really fun texture because it's like, if you look at it from the side, it's quite thick. Now this, okay, so this came out of nowhere. This is just what I wanted to do. So I drew this with Biro and white Conte, and I really liked it. And then my teacher was like, you need to make experiments using it. So I put this like weird thing, and then, oh my god, this is where it all goes to shit. 2 more experiments, which is this one, where I took like some tape, and then I stuck it to make some texture, and then on the other side I did the same thing with cardboard. Now, here is where I started doing the stuff I wanted to do, like towards my final piece for my first unit. We have 3 final pieces, by the way. 1 is the exam and 2 are set by the school. So here I did some like hands together. It was an oil painting I made like ages ago. It's so bad. Literally, there's no value, there's nothing. My teacher was like, what the hell is this? I started gaining some interest in Egon Schiele. I will never be able to pronounce that. And those are some pieces I did based on his work. And here were some more, and now I'm gonna explain my final piece because that was an important part. So what I did was, I did not like this final piece. Like, I liked it at the time. I was like, oh my god, I'm such a genius. But like now I hate it. Like, I literally hate it so much with a burning passion. So these are really dirty because I haven't touched them in a while. So these are the last 3 of this series. I don't want to show you the rest because they're kind of, okay, they're holding hands here. And I made it with string and glue, and I just stuck it on. It was like, and like the whole point was like, oh, it's like a mirror, so it like reflects you. Oh, the next progression of that, I don't know if you can, my room is so messy, I'm actually sorry. Like, this is them like holding hands, and then this is them letting go, and like it's the breakup, and it's like so sad, and it's just like, oh my god, I hated that. So yeah, that was the first topic. So journal number 2, the winner takes it all. First things are just literally our teachers just made us draw trophies. Like, this is a pen drawing, this is a scribbly pen drawing, these are just some photos, this is a Copic drawing. I didn't love it, my teacher really liked it though. I really like this bit, these 2 pages together. So this is when I was messing around with ink and with a dip pen and with ink and a brush. So here we did some, I'm trying to remember, these were mono prints actually. This is my favorite experiment. I worked into the mono print with some ink and actually really liked the way it turned out. This was like, okay, this piece I really like. So this is a white pen drawing. It looks really crappy on camera, oh my god, oh my god. White pen drawing on black paper. I wrote about what I think a trophy is and what I think success is, and it was very philosophical, and my friends know I like making social commentaries, so you know there's a lot of that in there. This is another experiment. Some rubbings I did. Okay, these are pretty self-explanatory. This is a research. Here I smashed spoons and stuck them into the book. I have to smash those spoons. Okay, this is objects that remind us of trophies. So these are like completely random, but I thought it would be a good segue into what I wanted to do, so I just did this piece. Okay, so this is more about like places I visited. Here, this was what I wanted to segue into. So I did objects that remind us of trophies, and then here I did figures that remind us of success. Okay. So these are some drawings I did. It's like fine. It's like okay. Here is like a drawing I did of the David. It's unfinished. No. These are just photos of like a clay like head, neck up statue I made of my friend. He wanted to be this. My work on casting. I started casting with like plaster of Paris, and I made all sorts of weird shit. Like, I made this face of me and this hand here. This is the face. I cast my own face. It was a painful process. This is my friend's hand, and I just paint it red. Getting into like painting, like different styles of painting, like, so my teacher was like, you should do research. This is an amazing anime ever. my final piece I'll explain in a minute I'll add a photo first and then I'll explain. So this is like my planning, like looking at different paint. When I did that page about the planning, I did this painting. And I wanted to emulate this with 3D art, and I had done so much casting. Now I'm gonna show you an image. Here in this piece, it's 2 meters and 10 centimeters long. I stuck them all over the board, and I wanted the theme to be like all these like grabbing hands. Like if you have seen Fullmetal Alchemist and like Envy, like the character Envy, he has like these grabbing things all over his, like the hands of like the people who died. Spoiler alert, lol. And my pajamas. And yes, that's what it was based on. Like the idea behind it is basically about death and like just like the afterlife, and we don't actually know what's happening. And like it's just so many different possibilities, and like honestly, that's the idea behind it, but it's up to interpretation. So yeah, there's that final piece. And now, onto the exam book. This is where everything went to shit because it got cancelled halfway. And you're gonna see the effort decrease. The exam prompt was event. Now, I really hated it, and like I hated the prompt, and I didn't even make a title page because I never had to. Like usually I make the title pages like after I do a few pages of work. So my teacher, let me explain the beginning. So my teacher like gave us like the exam paper wrapped in like wrapping paper and ribbons, and she gave us like these party poppers and stuff, and then we had to make observational drawings. So these are some observational drawings. Now this is like the ribbon, this is the party popper, and this is the wrapping paper. My paper drawings have gotten a lot better. Then I squashed all of the wrapping paper and everything together to make collagraphs, and I have continued these collagraphs here. This one was going to be really cool, but our school closed early. This. Now we've hit the point where you can really see that the GCSE was cancelled. This is a research page I started on Jeff Koons. So this is a Robert Rauschenberg piece. I think that at the end we just ended up doing like a bunch of researches because I think this teacher literally knew school was gonna shut down, so they were like, oh, like let's just make them do researches. So here is my little Robert Rauschenberg piece. This is a little collage / painting thingy I did. It's like kind of bad, but Kurt Schwitter's collage that I did. I don't really like it. It's okay. Cute page. I really like this page. This is called Phone Photo Project. So I just took all the photos that were in my phone. Not all of them, but like my favorite photos from inside my phone and just went back in time. This page is important to me because this page is about my parents' marriage, their civil marriage. I'm not gonna really like talk about this one much, but I didn't really do any work for this because I just went to go get photos printed out. And that is the end of my GCSE. Cool. So